No.
Hey everyone! Yes, no, maybe so. All of us more on this Streamin Demons. So welcome to the show. Today we've got Borley Rectory, The Awakening, and The Man in the White Van. With some, not spoilers, but a little bit more than we usually give. Because we have to talk about some stuff about the plots and like the true stories. They're both true stories. So welcome to Streamin Demons. If you have never seen our show before, good luck. Like and subscribe now, because this one kind of goes deep in the Halloween's area. So I got my host here named Amelie, who's definitely not shooing away a 3-year-old. Hello, Emily. How are you?
Good in yourself.
I'm doing fantabulous, sort of. Sort of fantabulous. It's been a bit. We just watched. Which one we just watched? Borley Rectory. I can never say the word. Borley Rectory, The Awakening. We just watched the movie together. That's what we're talking about first. Overall, if you are wondering on IMDB, I'm looking at this as a log line. And do they even have a log line? No, they do not. Well, storyline. Nothing. Supernatural ghosts. Mistaking ghosts for a real person based on a true story. These are the taglines. Borley Rectory. You might want to up your IMDb age. It's kind of like shit. Director, Stephen M. Smith. Written by Stephen M. Smith with Christopher Jolly. Stars, Julian Glover. It does not. It does not star Julian Glover. Stars, Patsy Kensit. It does not. It does not star these people. So this is one of the movies that you'll see the named actors or actresses on the poster, and they get like maybe a minute of time. It's like Mummy Dearest, starring Tara Reid and Lou Ferrigno. No, it is not. It is not. And this is like in that long trajectory of like when Jackie Chan made it real big, all the movies that he was ever in started getting posters starring Jackie Chan. Like, no, he's like in it for a minute. So when you're looking at the movie itself, don't look at who stars in it, because they don't star. They don't star in it at all. This is listed as a horror and a mystery movie. It is a period piece from 1888 to 1900 exact. And we made some comments as we were going over, like kind of going through the movies. What really stood out for you, without spoiling any, we don't want to spoil the endings, we don't want to spoil anything like that, but what kind of stood out for you?
Well, I really like how the costume were done. I really like the landscape. Landscape were beautiful. The castle, I call it the castle, the home was with beautiful red bricks.
Yeah.
Really nicely done. Very simple, very easy to watch. But we had a lot of comment about one of the actress face.
And this is where I'm gonna get dicey, because we're gonna get a lot of hate by saying actors. It's weird in the world today. You can't say anything about someone's looks without being, they're shaming the person. I will say, without saying the actress's name, I won't, but it was an actress that I have seen in movies before, and we've seen posters and whatever, that we both agree that there's no real bad acting in this film. All the acting is pretty top notch. And I agree, the costuming and the set design and the cinematography is brilliantly done. But 1888 with Botox, no, fuck off. So sorry, no, wrong. It takes you out of the film. Every time you see this person's face and his Botox, is like, what the fuck? And then you
It
couldn't,
claimed
once I pointed out, you couldn't
to
unsee it.
correct.
I
And I
know.
hated you for that
I
because I
know.
was trying to focus
Pointed
on
that
what
shit
she was
out.
saying,
Yeah.
the different message, the important information, and I was like, I can't unsee it. I can't unsee the face. I can't unsee, like, she's a good actress. She has an amazing voice. She is playing fantastically, and I'm like, fuck you. I can't see. I can't unsee that. It's on my face.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, it's linked to a nowadays problem called the iPhone face. You have a beautiful actress who is taken for a movie, and all you see is a perfect pore, perfect makeup, perfect lips, and you're like, okay, this is not an iPhone advertising.
Yeah.
This is 19th century drama.
Yeah.
So, and there is this problem nowadays with really big movie with the makeup. You can see the actress who plays the grandmother who has all the wrinkles and the correct makeup and even makeup free and the good hairdo,
Yeah.
etc. And all of a sudden, the lead actress who is in her early 20s wearing makeup like she just came back from Sephora, like way too much makeup. Like you can
Yeah.
see it. You're like, dude, no. In the 19th century, they were not wearing makeup like that. They were wearing makeup, but come on, they were more natural, more
Yeah.
free.
And it's a weird pick because the film is so person orientated. Like there's not special effects really. It's a lot of dramatic movements. They call it a horror movie. I wouldn't call it a horror movie whatsoever. It's not really a horror movie. It's more of a drama piece. And I think I even said at some point this is like a stage play because you have a bunch of people just
Yes.
dialoguing through most of the fucking film, right? And I agree. The makeup used takes you out of the feel that the rest of the production pushes on you. It pushes the atmosphere. It pushes the clothing choice. It pushes the word choice. It pushes all of this wonderful 1888 to 1900 effect, and then it kind of like, oh fuck it, let's use makeup. Botox is cool. I'm like, well, no, fuck off. Like it's one of those things. Did you find it scary? No, no. I didn't either. I didn't see this as a horror movie whatsoever. I get it's based on a true story. Both of our movies are based on a true story. The other movie is The Man in the White Van, by the way. So Borley Rectory, The Awakening, based on a true story, is supposed to be the most haunted blah 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 in England. It's been looked after and ghost hunters and burnt, whatever it's going to be. Who cares? This is the title that they should have used. It should not be Borley Rectory, The Awakening. It should be Borley Rectory, The Exposition. Because every fucking scene is exposition. Every scene is exposition. And it gets to the point, in case you weren't smart enough to understand what happened in action, you just have to wait 12 to 20 seconds later, and then you have like 2 or 3 people talking about what just fucking happened. And it's like, oh my Christ, this is the entire movie. So the pacing gets fucked. The pacing in the movie is fucked because it's just exposition after exposition after exposition after exposition after exposition. To the point where at the very end, they explain the entire fucking movie to you. Like they re-explain what you just saw an hour and 25 minutes of, just in case you couldn't pay attention. They re-explain it to you. And it works against the movie. Again, everyone is brilliant as an actor and actress in this. They do a great job. They're interesting people. The characters are interesting. You can tell the characters apart for the most part. Some do blend in. Some of the writing is shit. It's kind of like I'm trying to say this part without spoiling it. There is a part, if you did any type of research into paranormal, at the end, like Act 3, you're going to see something during Act 3, you're like, what the fuck are they doing? What the fuck are they doing? Even if you don't even investigate paranormal. Oh no, I just put my tracking on my fucking camera. Even if you don't investigate the paranormal, but you've watched any scary movie in your fucking life, you're like, oh no, what are they doing? What are they fucking doing, these assholes? It's a bit like that. With that said, we agree. The setting, brilliant, right?
Mm-hmm, tout à fait. Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. But for me, the biggest problem is the makeup. Like the makeup for the ghost, I'm like,
Yeah, it's blackface. Spoiler alert. The ghosts have blackface. That's why they know they're ghosts. They're blackface. It's like you've seen better treatments at Halloween by your fucking aunt. It's sad. Like they really dropped the ball. And whatever FX person like it's like fuck it, no budget, let's do it. It's theater.
it looked like Halloween. Like your
Yeah, yeah,
uncle who comes for Halloween. Haha, hee hee ho ho. If it was Halloween during the 80s, yeah, sure. But I'm like, come on, there is such a number of really good artists on Instagram who make amazing burning and makeup and broken
yeah.
nose and stuff like that. Like, come on, they could do better. Like, I think a
Absolutely.
good makeup artist with the setting, I really like there is not a lot of CGI. I really like there is a lot of little details and they're more into dialogue. I'm really all for it, movies with dialogue. But it was way too much, as you said, theatrical. And at the same time, yeah, the makeup, dude. When I saw the makeup, I was like, oh, God.
It reminds me of Patrick Stewart talking about the old stage makeup they had to put on way, way back in the day. It's the same fucking concept. Like that's how you know there were ghosts. I'm like, oh man. So I agree the makeup, the special effects makeup just weren't there. And I've been in movies where we didn't have a makeup person on set. So I went into a mall like through Macy's at the makeup counter saying, "Hey, would you like to be the makeup person for a movie?" We've gotten budgets that small that we had to do the best we could, but it all turned out, I believe, maybe it's just my stuff, or I wasn't directing that one, I was just in it relatively well.
Or, for
Here,
example, when you watch some movies and they have the same kind of makeup, it makes sense because the movie is goofy or it goes with the wave of the movie. You know what I mean? Like it
yeah,
makes sense. But there I was like, for the quality of the landscape, the
that's
quality of
it.
the clothes, the way they speak English, and the movie by itself, I'm like, come on.
Yeah, and I think that's what kind of hits it on the head. It's because the other parts of the movie are so strong, it really stands out when the makeup's not. And I'm gonna read because they don't even have a log line for this shit. I will read this a feature review definitely from the fucking Cannibal Corpse Grinder. No, this is definitely from the person who PR'd the movie. Jesus Christ, it's like a fucking page and a half. I'll read it off me. After inheriting the family grounds, a man tries to deal with the reports from his sisters who have come to visit the house as haunted, and soon comes to believe that they're true when he starts diving into the terrible history of the house, forcing him to confront the deadly supernatural threat. The male protagonist isn't in the movie for maybe 12 minutes. And I think at one point I just wanted him to die. I'm like, I can't wait. I hope he dies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're right. It's one of the sister who's doing way more action, contact everyone,
She
make some
carries the fucking
research,
movie.
etc. And some of the sister are victims and stuff like they're more into action. The guy is just there to be like, I'm the boy, la 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 la
Yeah, I'm
la.
the boy. My dad gave. Yeah, I think I made fun of it because Julian Glover is the father figure, and I'm like, great, this is great, awesome. And then he fucking dies in the first 2 minutes. I'm like, fuck. I have to be stuck with this
And
fucking
his
asshole.
present is really good. Like I watched it, I got hooked immediately. He's
Yeah,
dying, he's not fine, etc. He sees his ghost thing and everything, and he's like talking to the kid, and I'm like, yes, that's a beautiful transition. Like I really like it. It's going to be really interesting. And then
yeah. I honest to God, the reason why we got this film because I do like the based on true story shit sometimes, especially if it's a haunting. It's kind of my jam. But Julian Glover is an amazing actor. And it's a great, nice guy, so you want to see movies with him in it, and then it's the first 2 or 3 minutes, and that's all you get. And you're right, it changes the tone of the movie because Julian Glover's performance, he hooks you the fuck in. He's the hook. And you're like, oh, I can't wait. It's gonna be this older guy against all these fucking demons, and his daughters are even, no, 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 he's fucking dead. I'm like, okay. Does he even come back? No, he doesn't come back.
Because when you look this different kind of movie, B movie, advertising, etc., there is always an actor who stand out. You know what I mean? Like when we watch very good movie and we don't make the difference between a good actor and another good actor, but there you can see the art. The guy really got me hooked. Like,
Yeah,
and he just had a few lines and
two
it's
lines.
very average. You don't have much information, but you feel the tension, you feel the despair, the love,
Yeah,
the thing. You're like, oh, a door is opening, and then bang, you're like, ah, okay, the line I hear, maybe it's the writing, maybe this position, maybe this, maybe that. And like that's fascinating. And the guy just, as you said, he's there on the movie for 2 to 5 minutes maximum.
yeah.
Like
He's got like two
he's there two
scenes.
scenes, that's all.
What's up?
But you think about the guy and like, yeah, the father, and then bang.
I think that's a perfect analogy for this film because Julian Glover is such an amazing actor and he hooks you in. You start, and because the rest of the film is basically a fucking exposition, you start wondering back, like, man, I wish Julian Glover was still in this movie. He could
I
sell the
like
shit
the
out of this.
uncle, and I'm very
Oh, Mark
sorry the
Wingett. Yeah.
uncle didn't
Yes.
have more lines because I really like his presence on the camera. Every scene, I like his face because he looked like a dude from the 19th century.
Yes.
I like his presence. I like the way he talks to his niece, who is not a niece, but actually more of longtime
Like Uncle
friend.
Vic, like Uncle
Yeah,
Joe. Yeah.
uncle, wink, wink. I like his voice. I like his presence when he listens to the priest. Like he's very real, and I'm like, unfortunately, he's not a very important character. He's
No.
more like acte de présence. But I'm like, damn it! I wish he had more line and more present and more scene and more action.
Yeah,
Like
I
I would
agree.
follow that guy. I would follow an actor like that in a series. That guy in a series in the 19th century, yes, definitely. The voice, the presence, the charisma, his English, the way he looks, the way he has a presence during a quiet scene,
He
yes.
draws you even when he's not speaking. He draws you in. And I agree. It's Mark Wingett, by the way. And if you've ever seen his original work, Quadrophenia by The Who, he's actually in the movie version.
He reminds me of the French actor Jean Gabin. Same, very old dude, white hair, over 60 years old. The presence, the voice, the way he's posé, and he accepts his age, but he's a man and he
Right.
goes into action. Compared to the young man, I don't want
Con-
him to die. I would follow him to hell. You see what I mean?
yeah, and the young man played by Cornell Dion Williams. And not that this might be a bit snooty. If you look at IMDb, he doesn't even have a picture up. It's kind of like, and that's the other downfall. Maybe because we have Julian Glover in it, maybe because we have Mark Wingett in it, we have these very strong, extremely talented male actors. And then we got this relative newcomer, Cornell Dion Williams, and his character is just not likable. He's a pussy.
You're
He's
right.
like
Yeah, no,
he's
it's
just a
too.
piece
It's
of
too.
shit in the film.
Yes, it's just milk. Like in the
Yeah,
first
milk.
scene, it makes
Real.
sense because he doesn't know anything. He's a son. Father, what's going on? Father, what's going on? Give me the box. Give him the box. He
Right.
gave the box. And you see the two actors who just mirror each other. I'm the chocolate, you're the milk. We mix together, we good. You're the teacher,
Yeah.
I'm the student. Professor, what's going on? Amelie, listen to me. Listen to me carefully. I'm the master, you're the student, I'm giving you the information. He's fantastic on this scene. Why? Because he's young, because he loves his father, because he doesn't know what to do, you know what I mean? And then in the following scene, you see the other actor who I really like, and that man has a presence. The actress call him uncle. He said,
Mark
I'm not
Wingett,
your
yeah.
uncle. you should call me something else because you make me feel a little bit strange. Oh, but I'm still a little girl. We introduced to the mother. The mother will call him Mr. Something. So he has a presence, a voice, he know who he is. And then you have this actor who play normally a very important character, but he doesn't have his place. He's still like a little boy. He's not manly.
No.
He is a little bit depicted on, oh, sister, you need to get married, and I'm the one who receives the box, and I have responsibility, etc., like a 15 years old.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, the only thing we did is looking at him and say, he's got beautiful hair.
Yeah. And I was wondering if his hair was in the time period. That was like my only
Yeah, he
real
has
comment
beautiful
besides,
hair.
hopefully
He's
dies.
well dressed, and he talked to his sister. Hello, sister. Hello, brother. We have a problem with a ghost. Yes, indeed. Where is mother? Where is tea? You know what I mean. Like, where is Brian? Brian is in the kitchen. He doesn't have this manlyhood of listen to me. You need to leave. Listen to me. You need to get married now. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to sit and have a conversation, and you can see the main difference between him having a conversation with his sister. You don't see his face, he just turn around his sister, while the other one is just a conversation. It's a one-to-one. It's me with my niece, it's me with my son. You
Like
see what I
Mark
mean?
Wingett
Like,
is amazing as a contrast. Julian Glover is amazing in contrast. And then Cornell Dean Williams was just like, I think you said it right, just milk. And it's like, cool. And we were talking about the sisters, like Jess Inchbald, who plays Kitty, is really the main actor in this film. Like honestly, she carries all the scenes that she has to be in because she is like the lightning rod protagonist. And it's a weird dichotomy because at the same time, she's the one that the book should have been given to. And now I'm zooming in. Jesus Christ, I hate this stuff. As I zoom into my own face, because apparently my new camera, guys, by the way, make sure I never do that. Thanks.
but I like it when you like, so now I have an information.
I
I'm
know,
like,
right?
yeah, that's
Which is what
good.
it's
No,
for. I haven't
it's
learned the
really
hand
good. I
gestures
love
yet.
it. I like it. I
Yeah,
like it.
yeah. Everyone else listening, like, what the fuck's he doing? But we see Jess Inchbald. She has to carry the fucking film, and she should have gotten her character Kitty should have gotten the book, but because like it must go to a male. Unfortunately, the male is the most uncharismatic piece of shit on the planet. Henry Bull. Not talking about the actor Cornell. I'm not talking about the actor. Maybe the actor is doing a magnificent job bringing the character how shitty he really was. Maybe that's what it is. We don't know. And so she carries the film with her sisters, like Charlotte Luxford's in this, and Laura, I can't say, Histovia is in this, Jenna Wilson's in it. And then this is the one that we're gonna come back to in a bit. Patsy Kensett's in it, but she is in it more than Julian Glover. So at least they got that part right. At the same time, because she doesn't have her blonde hair, it threw me for a loop. Does that make sense? And we just started deconstructing her scenes. She is an amazing actress. Like, there's no denying Patsy Kensit is an amazing actress. Julian Glover's an amazing actor. I'd rather see those two in the entire fucking film. Be just them. Fuck Henry Bull. Fuck that kid. Be just those two people. And then explore the history through them. And you have Mark Wingett of
Yes. Yes, I agree with you. Like, I really like the first scene when she appears. She's fantastic. She's full length. You see everything, all her body, and she's talking. She's her age. She's a mother. She's a master of the house, etc. She
she's
knows the history.
right.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
And then it went to the toilet. Ah, love of the family. Ah, strengths and weakness is just, yeah, I heard about
It
it
was
again and over again and over
the
again and over
grandmother.
again.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
grandmother
and
comes
she's
back
of
for
course,
half second and
and of
talks
course
about
the
it, yeah.
mother is sick, and oh, I'm sick on my bed. Oh, the nightmare. Oh, fuck off. Like,
Right.
she could have been better.
She's
I think the
underutilized.
problem of that movie is they didn't give story more important to the older actors. They could
Yes,
have.
absolutely. And that's what I'm saying. It's not the acting. The acting, for the most part, is fantastic. The writing is like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, what the fuck are we doing? You have Julian Glover and Patsy Kensit and Mark Wingett, and you don't put them in every fucking scene in the goddamn movie? Why? Fucking why?
It fell into the category of sister. You need to think about marriage. I'm
It's
a
Pride and
woman. I'm in
Prejudice
the
with
19th
ghosts.
century, and I want to be, independent and yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, let's throw a ghost there. The ghost got raped and she lost a baby and she needs help.
Hey, spoilers,
And
spoilers,
blah
spoilers,
blah blah
spoilers.
blah blah
Amelie,
blah blah blah.
spoilers. But okay, most of that does happen in those first 5 minutes. Yes, we understand. But everything else, I wanted to stop you from saying, so I don't want to spoil the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, we can
But
say
yeah, you
that.
see what I mean?
You're
Like,
right.
long story short, instead of having like the history and work more with the uncle who should know the family for ages, and also the mother who is a master of the house, and she said it, she's a master of the house. We fall into the trope of, oh, I am here, family, castle, sending away. And I'm like, no,
Yeah, I wish they
no,
gave her
like
more to
they
do.
written, no, they could have, if they want to follow the trope of women and strong.
But I
Yeah,
agree.
we have a
Patsy is
woman
such a
there.
great actress. I wish they gave her more stuff. I really do. She
Hmm.
deserves it. And then we have Helen Ledler. She plays the doctor in this. Like basically the three name stars that they put on IMDb are Julian Glover, Patsy Kensit, and Helen Lederer. Lederer. I'm not stuttering. That's why I should say Lederer. They're in it combined. Well, Patsy's in it most, but combined between Julian and Helen, they probably have 4 or 5 minutes of screen time combined. And then if you add Patsy, maybe that goes up to 12 minutes. That can't be your fucking starring cast if they're not in the movie. You can't have stars if they're not actually in the movie.
It depends. Like, if it's a 5 minute scene, like, think about James Bond. Hugh. Hugh is there for 2 minutes of the movie, and
Right.
he's very, very famous. Or, for example, the
But Q has a
James
point
Bond
to be
boss,
there.
you know what I mean?
And we know
Yes.
Q is going to be there, and that's Q's thing. M's going to be there, and that's M's
Uh-huh.
thing.
Uh-huh.
And it would be like saying James Bond's there for 5 minutes, and the rest is about some, you know what I'm saying?
Would be a cameo, là?
But
Cameo.
none of these people, if you're watching a James Bond movie, you have the
Mm-hmm.
named actor, James
Mm-hmm.
Bond. You usually have
Yeah.
Q and M being named. You have usually the antagonist being named, and sometimes the Bond girl being named. This movie has only had 3 people on the fucking thing, and none of them are in the fucking movie. That's what I'm saying.
Agent. Agent. I
Well,
think it's a thing of agent,
I'm not
unfortunately.
like their Hollywood agent or
I think so. We had this kind of conversation in France because some stars who used to be very famous in the 80s would turn in movies in the 2000s, and they would fight to get their name mentioned, even if they've got a lot of scene in the movie. So you would have, for example, Jean Reno in big letter, and you would
right.
see in small letter another actor who was famous in the 80s, but nowadays is no more famous, even
Okay,
if they have way more scenes than Jean Reno.
sure,
And the
sure,
big question was like, why? The agent and the publicity and some stuff. And
great,
sadly, that's the business apparently.
great. I get this, but let me read you the fucking poster. Here's the poster: Julian Glover, Patsy Kensit, Helen Lediger, Vicky Michelle, and Mark Winnick. They're the only people on the poster, and
And
they do
that's
not
not
have screen
okay.
time.
But unfortunately, it's a business.
No, but it's not just a business. It's they don't have any screen time.
Yeah, I know. It's stupid. I know.
I mean, do you really think I would have gotten this movie if it didn't have Julian Glover and Patsy Kensit and Mark Wingett? Maybe, but okay, we're spinning out on this one. I don't want to put my hand up just in case it follows me around again. So overall, the strength is also the weakness of this movie. The strength is the weakness because the strength of those core actors and actresses who can carry the entire goddamn movie don't get to carry the movie. And the people who are like Jess Inchbald, who do an amazing job as Kitty, doesn't get to carry the movie either. Even though she carries most of the movie, it's because the writing keeps going back to Henry Bull must be important. But no one gives a fuck about the dude. And then at the end, Simon Phillips comes in and jazz hands some shit, but that's just a MacGuffin at the point. So I liken this to a PBS production, meaning I would watch it. It's entertaining. I think this is a great made-for-TV movie. I would not watch this in the theater. There's no fucking way I'm buying it in the theater. How about you?
I would watch the actor, the main actor we listed, in a series. If it
Yeah.
was a series about the castle, yes,
Oh, it'll
definitely.
be
The
brilliant.
uncle, the master of the family, who is a
Yeah.
widow, people who come and pass, write prayers, deliver, ghost hunter, etc. The different ghosts. I
Yeah.
would definitely watch it without CGI, with more dialogue, with yeah. There is potential. There is
I
potential.
agree. I think this would be if this was like a Netflix or Shudder series for 6 or 7 episodes and allows it to have a good build up. I would watch that. I think that'll be a great series. As a movie, it seems oddly quick and slow. Like the good parts don't last, and the bad parts are exposition, and them just talking would just fucking happen. Which is kind of demeaning at sometimes, but it's a poor use of their talent. And there's sometimes when you get sucked into it, like when Jess Inchbald was doing some exposition, you get sucked into it because she's charismatic. At the same time, you're like, oh, it's just exposition. What the fuck am I even listening to this for? I just saw it happen live 2 minutes ago, and she didn't have to like, explain it to me. So I think that's again just the writing is kind of like wonk this shit. But I agree, maybe a series, maybe driving it down. Boreal. Jesus, I can't read today. Borley Rectory, The Awakening, 2025. An hour 28. It's gonna feel like 5 hours sometimes, or it feel like 28 seconds. Who knows? Check it out. Get your own thing. Get your own thing. If you like jump scares, this ain't it. If you like spooky, this ain't it. If you like drama, sure. It's more of a drama. It's not a horror. Sorry. And that brings us to our next one based on a true story. Ori. The Man in the White Van. PG-13, by the way. Starring, and this is where it comes into it. Watch. Starring. I can't even see the people's names right now. But if you look at IMDb, it's going to list Madison Wolfe, Breck Bassinger, and Allie Larder. Madison Wolfe plays Annie. Breck Bassinger plays Margaret, their sisters. Allie Larder plays Helen, right? And then Sean Astin plays Richard. So the family itself. I got this movie because I saw Sean Astin in it, and it was like a kind of like an independent horror film type vibe. I'm like, great, he's the killer, because I thought I thought it was like a Black Cab with Nick Frost. Like, oh, he's going to be driving around in a white van just killing people. Awesome, I'll watch this shit all day long. No, he's not that. He's just a dad. He's a dad, which is fine. He's a brilliant actor. He basically plays character at this point. And then you see Madison Wolfe and Breck Bassinger carry the entire movie with Scal Jackson as a good counterbalance at that point. Scal playing the friend Patty. Did you like this movie? Just overall, curious.
I like the movie.
Me
Hello.
too.
I like the movie, but I didn't get scared
No,
because the scene of I don't know. Can we spoil it or not spoil it?
don't spoil it,
Okay.
please.
I was not scared at all by the bad guy, by the bad seed, but I was shit scared of the horse.
Oh, the
Dude,
horse. Yeah.
the
For real.
horse, the black horse, many times in the movie, I jumped. I had my heart doing ba-bam, ba-bam, ba-bam.
Yeah.
I had flashback from my time when I was living in the countryside. I felt connected to the main character because she's got very long hair. She liked to listen to
She
rap
kind of looks
music
like
in her
you.
room.
When you were
Yes.
growing up, like she acts like
When I was 14 years old, I was looking
yeah,
like that. Long
yeah,
blonde hair, and she goes by herself to school. She's got her friends. They walk in long road in
yeah.
the countryside. She cuts through the field like I used to do. A lot of landscape look like where I came from. You know what I mean? And the good old, hey, you can come back. You can go, but you come back when the light are
Right.
on the street, like I told you.
Yeah.
Except I find her really badass because she can go by horse. I don't know how to ride a
It's
horse,
his
but
superpower.
I'm telling you, there is a lot of scene with that black horse. I'm like, I don't like that horse. I don't like that horse. I don't trust that horse at all. I was like,
He's gonna kill
I
someone.
even thought she's going to get killed by the horse.
Ow.
Something like she
Yeah.
survived, but she got killed by the horse or some stupid shit like it.
Yeah. I agree.
I like their clothes. I like the actor jeans, the victim, the
74.
people, the
Yeah.
NPCs, etc. I like the clothes.
NPCs. Love it.
I like the house. I like the landscape. I like the storyline. She goes to high school and stuff. And the French kiss scene make me really laugh. So they're like, yeah, let me teach you the Frenchies.
Ah.
And I'm like, that's something I heard very late in life because for us French people, we French kiss. That's normal. We call it rouler une pelle, roll a shovel. And
Roll a
we
shovel.
learn with socks. So we put
You
socks in our
what?
hand.
What?
Yes.
You learn?
So we put a
What the
socks
fuck?
on our hand like this, and we learn this is my tongue, and you need to do that with the tongue. Okay, you need to roll the shovel, and that's how you kiss. So when you kiss just like this, it's a beck, like a bird,
Uh-huh.
a beck kiss. But French kiss, it's our traditional kiss. We don't just we la, 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 all the time, and we need to at least stay 1 minute
What?
rolling. So when they are learning how to French kiss like that, I'm like,
Fuck.
I know the first kiss for the Americans is just, and that's all, and that's nothing in France. It's violence. It's violence, especially when your boyfriend has the thing on the teeth. Oh putain, ça can scratch your.
Okay, hold on. I need to back this shit up. Okay, right. I know the scene you're talking about because it looks like the woman's going down because this is the whole Robin Williams bit, right? The elbow, the mouth to the elbow, and she's basically licking her inside of her elbow. So you would put socks on your fucking hands and do this? Are you serious? Are you fucking? You gotta be fucking with me.
I am not fucking with you. So you take your hand, you put a
Right?
socks on.
No, I
Your
understand
friend
that.
take
I
her hand and
understand,
puts
but
on, and you do. You need to roll like that. You need to
who's
roll.
doing that to you? That's what I'm like. Who's doing this? Who's putting the socks on your fucking hands? Don't
You
say your
you put the
mom.
socks on, and no,
You
it's
put your
between
socks, but
friends.
how do? Okay,
When
who's
you're
teaching you to put
11,
socks on
12
your fucking
years
hands?
old, when you're 11, 12 years old,
But
that's how we do.
who is putting the sock on?
You take a sock, you take your own sock, you put a sock, your friend puts a sock, and basically you do
Okay,
this like this,
but who taught you how to do that?
My friends,
Okay, so who taught them how to do it? Where do they pick that up from?
elder sister, friends,
Fuck's
internet,
sakes.
stuff like that. Yeah,
This is why France can't fight wars.
that we invited it, the French kiss.
Oh my Christ! You invented it, but you talked about how to put fucking socks on. You're doing
We like this for the
what the
tongue to learn
shit.
how to do the movement of the tongue because you need to roll.
And now that explains why some people kiss like that. Very robotic. Not you. I didn't say you. I mean, it's like explaining some fucking robots in my head. So okay, we learned that French people will text the same culture that brought you "Do you suck" in the text also brings you how to French kiss with your socks. I'm like, does it to put the lipstick on the sock? You start like making out the sock? Like, no, 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 no. We take the other sock in our hand and we start rolling like this. Uh-oh, she's telling me to hold on because she's going to show.
Yeah,
She's going to text
because
me
we
if
have
I suck.
even
Hold on.
French kiss
Oh, I
socks.
believe you. It's not like I don't believe you. I just, you know what I mean? It's kind of, who does that?
No.
I thought that was weird from this one. All right, so yes, there's some things that you're going to connect with, and if you go from the IMDb, this actually is a thriller, and I agree with that one. In a quaint family town in Florida, don't let that stop you. 1974, don't let that stop you either. An ominous white van stalks a young girl, and her parents' disbelief leads to a terrifying Halloween nightmare. And Amelie is showing me a picture that we can't probably put on this podcast, so hopefully it's just two people wearing a sock. I can't.
So it's a kid with someone else to learn how to French kiss two head with a tongue who represents with a sock who represents a tongue. We've got exposition about that. Exhibit
Okay. I
sexual
mean,
education.
I didn't disbelieve
I
you. I
don't
just
know
thought it
if
was
you
like,
don't can see like this.
no,
Can you see?
I'm not that well now. The camera's not picking up. Is the internet's a bit spotty.
Okay, I'm
So
going to take a
back to the movie though. The man in the white
pattern
van. Back to the movie. It's fine. I get it.
because you're not going to believe me. Like,
I
voila.
Amelie, I
I'll
sincerely
send it to
believe you.
you.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
I'll check it out after we're done with the show. So Madison Wolf and Breck Bassinger, and we have Ali Larder, we got Sean Astin, we have all these people. It is weird to watch this film because when it first opens up, you see someone getting attacked. You see, and I'm just not spoilers, it's basically the first 2 or 3 minutes of the film. You see someone getting attacked, and when I saw this person struggle, I'm like, Jesus, you know what'd be really good at this film? Deborah Ann Woll would be amazing because, and then I realized, holy shit, no, that is Deborah Ann Woll. If you ever watch True Blood, when she's getting abducted by Bill for the first time, I believe, it's the same kind of flashbacks and stuff like that. So it's nice to see her in the film. And the difference between this film and the last film, Deborah Ann Woll is not the named actress in this fucking poster. She's in it for maybe 30 seconds. It's an important character, but we only see it for 30 seconds. So what we do see is this believable family dynamic. Like Annie and Margaret, the character names, are believable. Daniel is believable. Richard and Helen are believable as mom and dad. Like everyone in the family is believable as an actual family unit, right? There's nothing that screams this is not in 1974. As we talked about, the last movie kind of like brought us out of the 1900s because every once in a while you see like the makeup or whatever it's going to be. This is well acted. It looks like this could have been very well a Halloween movie franchise type thing, you know? Now, I have a question for you, Amelie. Which character you said you kind of identified with Annie? Did you have a friend like Margaret or a friend like Margaret's a sister, but I don't even have sisters. Did you have something like a Margaret or a Patty in your life?
Is it friends? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So someone who's going to kind of like balance off of you because Annie is this very wide, rambunctious person, and Margaret's very much the prim and proper debutante. I mean, I think almost like fucking literal debutante, by the way. She's very prim and proper. She's showing how to shave her legs and stuff like that in the beginning of the film, right? She's
Oh
trying to get with this
yeah,
boy.
yeah, yeah, you
She
always
discovered
have
boys
in the
before Annie
family.
does, type thing.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
yeah.
girl.
Well, you all yes, that's why I like that movie because it's really girly girl, like very feminine, like the what's is it to be a woman is to learn how to use a tampon, it's to learn how to shave your legs, it's to learn how to wear makeup,
Yeah.
what is appropriate and not appropriate. For example,
Yeah.
she ride a horse and I like her t-shirt and she's got really big, right? And she need to learn how to wear a dress and to be proper and stuff, and what's proper for a lady, what is not ladylike, you know what I mean? Like you don't
I agree.
burp, you need to stay still when you're on a table, you keep quiet except if somebody told you so. When people give you a compliment, oh, you're a lovely little mademoiselle, oh, thank you so much. Oh, you sure I really have a lot of boyfriend. You say thank you, you say thank you, you say thank you.
Yeah.
So yeah. But
It's
yeah, I really
realistic.
like. I have to say it. I have to confess. I really like this woman dynamic because there is a best friend. I had a friend like that who is really cool and by my side who accept me as I am. The girl who is very feminine, who wear makeup, who have the
Yeah.
miniskirt, who is very gutchy, and you try to live your life, and she just put in your head you need to be more feminine, stop going through the field, wear makeup while you live in a small town and you don't need to wear makeup to go to school, right?
Right.
And also she's trying to find to discover a sexuality by trying to French kiss, and she has a crush and
She's like,
everything,
you
and her
go first.
sister tried to get what's going on and to put her down, etc. When they babysit their little brother and the sister just leave, oh, several times, like between sister we cover up everyone, like
Yeah, it's
my boyfriend is
realistic.
coming, can you cover for me, I'm going to my friend, I will be back in an hour, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
blah. If you're not back in an hour I will tell daddy on you. You see what I mean? Like the brother sister thing, yeah, yeah, definitely. The sisterhood thing, yeah, definitely. And the girl who wear makeup at school and she's not a virgin and she knows everything and stuff,
Joanna,
and she, yeah,
played by Addison Rickle. My sister.
I was so happy for the main character, my friends. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, but I was like, yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to talk about it after the podcast.
Yeah.
That's the best. For a woman,
See,
orgasm, chocolates.
I was wondering about that because as I was watching it, I'm like, man, it seems realistic to a family. I didn't really have one, so I couldn't really base it other than what I saw in my friend's house or whatever, just on TV. So I'm like, is this like a TV type of family or is this more realistic? It seemed more realistic with all the flaws and all the strengths of a family could have, especially if we have like an older sister who is more prop and prim, and the middle child who's more wild, and the young one is like the little boy, right? And you have all of this alongside of a historical backdrop about someone in Florida really being stalked by a man in a white van. Like a
Yeah.
lot of this happens based upon the true, like this is like based upon the true story. It's really based upon the true story. Talk to my hands again.
What I like about the movie is there is a scene where the eldest sister said, oh, she's ugly, about her younger sister. I heard a lot of my friends who have sisters saying that bitch said, "Oh, you know, you're so cute. You should lose weight."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like the rage between sister is really good. Or hey, you're supposed to stay and you don't. You leave or you put like you see, and she put her sister in danger, and there's many times like I'm like, yes, yes, I heard about this situation with my friend who had sister. Yes,
Yeah.
I've been in this situation, or you have your little brother and you try to defend him and to protect him and to look after him, etc. Like, because one of the plots is the main character is followed by a white van, and she said
Yes.
to her parents, I'm followed by a white van, and nobody believes her. because she's a tomboy and she's a child with a wild imagination. No, there is a white van who is following me, and several times of the movie I'm like, come on, parents, come on. Like, if your daughter, yes, she's wild, yes, she I like to ride horse, yes, she's very independent and she go all around. I'm telling you,
You're
I was
saying
15 years
yes.
old. I was 15 years old, and I was on my way back from school, and there was this old lady who had a conversation with me. I was by myself on the road, like beautiful countryside of France by the river, just myself, me, myself, and I. And she's like, "Hey,
Right.
how are you? Blah 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 blah. I know your grandfather. Yeah, yeah, he's pretty no, Marcel. No, no, the other one. The other one. I don't think so because I have just one grandfather. The other one is dead. No, no, the one who live in such village. Okay, cool, bye bye. And I go back to my mom and I'm like, there's this strange lady who came up to me. I think she made a mistake. She said she knew my grandfather.
Uh,
And I say Marcel Delfly because Marcel Delfly was well known. He was elected mayor twice. He was a celebrity. Anyway. And she's like, oh, maybe she made a mistake. Yes, George from such and such town. And my mother became rage. She's like, do you know the name of that person? Can you describe to me that person? She jumped on the telephone. She yelled at a guy on the telephone. She turned to me. She's like, your grandfather is still alive. Number one, he lives in such and such a village. I don't want you to visit him because he did really bad things to me. I stopped talking to him since I'm 18 years old, and she was at that time 40 something. And that person should never approach you. If that person approach you, you've got your mobile phone, you call me. If they continue to come and harass you, we go to the police together. And when I see the scene when she's like, no, I'm really scared. I want you to take me to school. I'm scared of the white van,
right.
etc. Come on, you know your daughter. Like, like you see what I mean. Like my parents, whenever I was stressed or I had a doubt or I was not eating my food or anything, I couldn't hide them something. They know me. You know what I mean? Like you see the girl, she goes with her horse, she goes everywhere, she's a tomboy, etc. She always late, etc. But for the like there's a something I don't like about the movie is they should stop and say, okay, there is a problem. White. You know what I mean?
But okay, that's based upon your experience growing up, and it might be the timeline that you grew up in. If you used it in Gen X, or this is not quite Gen X, this is like 74, and she's in uh, high schoolish, or getting into high school, maybe junior high. The parents, like the dad's been away, he has to work away, the mom's busy, they just get fucking busy. And that's, I don't think they all thought she was lying, but she did have a perchance. She did exaggerate things, like when the horse gets scared by a snake. She gets from the. I actually thought the horse was gonna kill her too. By the way, like, oh shit, they're setting this horse death up pretty nicely. But it's kind of like, the snake was actually this big, but it's like, oh, it's 12 feet long, and whatever it's gonna be. So it's like, oh, you're one of those kids, got it. So they probably like, oh, some white van, and the white van happened to be placed out, like, no, no, just it's a white van type thing. This is when it's starting to be more of an actual thing. If you look at the historical background, it is going to be like, oh, mid 70s, I guess. And Billy Mansfield Jr. is going to be kind of there, who's serial killer, and he does stalk this person, and she does fight back. And stranger danger starts happening after this. Like, stranger danger doesn't happen until the 80s. It's based on this.
Like when you watch Ten Buddy on Netflix, a documentary, a lot of people say in the 60s people were taking cars, helping each other, like you
Now,
could
this is like
walk,
75,
there
where
is no problem, you know what I mean? as the 60s, 70s, like no problem. Everybody was really nice. There was no danger
Well,
whatsoever. You see what I mean? The countryside, nothing happened, you know?
not exactly.
And
Not in the States. It's just you
in the
wouldn't find out
States, I'm
about it.
talking about the States. There's a documentary about Tent Buddy. Why people would go to, autostop.
Yeah, hitchhikers were more common then,
Mm-hmm.
but picking them up or not, or stopping, people would stop to help someone out if they're stranded on the side of the road, but it's usually more of a controlled situation where, what's the proper way of saying this? Like, my I remember my dad would stop for people who were stranded or stop for people who got in an accident. There weren't cell phones then. You had CB, your walkie-talkie was going to be CB, not walkie-talkie. And that's how you kind of could get the cops. So before the cops would even understand there's an accident, you basically were the first responders. The ambulance was not going to come. There was no cell phone you can call from. There might be phones along the line of the thing, or you have to use your CB, and hopefully someone would pick up for it, and be able to get the cops on. But you were basically it. At the same time, you didn't walk really nilly into it. You walked knowing very well this person could be faking, but you had to be ready to protect and defend. So I believe the last really free hitchhiking was in the 60s. Like towards the mid 70s, people started like, we don't trust this shit. I mean, I picked up one hitchhiker that I remember, and he was some dude, but I was also carrying. I'm like, I bet I can kill you before you kill me, type thing. I'll give you a ride because you might need one, but I bet if we have to, one of us is leaving. It's me. So you have that aspect of it, and this is again before Stranger Danger. Stranger Danger happens in the 80s, and is based upon this. It starts out this way in like mid 70s. That's when people are getting abducted. Like, don't step into the van. The van itself becomes a trope. I made a weird joke about this, but it's like you've got kids. What do you tell your kids when someone gives them a piece of candy? What are they supposed to say?
Thank you.
Oh, so not boys stuck in this van? No? Okay, so yeah, that was the whole thing. Yeah, we say we're supposed to program or so, someone gives us the same thank you, but we were warned about vans. We were warned about vans because vans don't have windows for the most part. So once you're in. There was a van in Vegas that abducted someone, and basically it ended up cutting her up after raping her. There's vans everywhere. So this is kind of like the big man in the white van is the big scare of the first time we start seeing vans as an actual device to be tortured as a mobile torturing device. It's probably the first time ever used, but it starts getting more momentum there. And for this movie, I think what does really well, it kind of blends the real with the fake, the real with the movie, right? The real with the movie. And it even says at the end, it's not a spoiler, it's just like the end credit thing, where this is dedicated to the people who gone missing, people who are kidnapped, the people who are just taken,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
the victims. And if you look at this time where, like, let's say, I'm not saying we didn't have serial killers. We did. Ed Gein. My mom was telling stories but whatever. She's not listening anyways. My mom and her sister were approached by Ed Gein as a kid. Their father kind of scooped him up because he was just trying to get victim number 12 type thing. So you see these people were more trusting, but then we stopped trusting everyone. Maybe we went too far. We stopped trusting people. And this is what the man in the white van does really well. It gives you a taste of that cry wolf type mentality because at this point in life, in the 74, 75, people really weren't being snatched yet. That happens later. Or actually starts, but the awareness of it happens later, right? So you see almost that innocence of course, the mom and dad think not much is happening because why would anyone take someone? That's unheard of. See? Now, you said you liked the movie, and I like the movie too. I think the acting is phenomenal. I think they got the family dynamic well. I think everything is believable within the world itself. And even though I got the movie for Sean Astin, him not being in, like, he maybe got like 10, 15 minutes of the entire film. Him not being in it that much actually strengthens the film because we see it through the eyes of the two sisters, predominantly one of them, right? And we see it as a more of a female positive movie. That makes sense? You agree with that one?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like for me, don't watch that movie thinking, oh, you're going to have a jump scare. It's a stress. As a woman, I would say it's
Yes.
a stress, the pressure, the I want to feel protected and I'm in danger. It's the
Yes.
same stress when you walk along on the street in the countryside and you need to wait for the bus and there is a bus stop and somebody is smoking a cigarette and observing you and you're like, okay, is he just smoking a cigarette and he will go on the bus and leave me alone?
Right.
Or is he going to attack me? You know, that kind of stress. The
Yes.
stress or I don't feel safe and everybody's laughing at you. Oh, come on, it's just you're afraid of the dark or something. The stress of being in the middle of nowhere, looking after your parent house, and you hear a door opening on the back, and you're like, okay, is it an intruder? If I take a knife and I stab the intruder, am I going to be okay? Or you're in constant danger. It's a feminine danger of I need to be back before the sun goes down. I I need to protect my family. Close the door, like this kind of stress. The movie did very well with the psychological stress.
Yeah. It does. It does psychological stress really well. I'm glad you brought that up because I get this a bit in person. I get this a bit in person where I'm talking to someone who is a woman. She's like, "Well, you don't know how it is because you're a man." I'm like, well, "Thanks for noticing. No shit." So I understand when you're talking about it, it's going to hit a female audience differently. Because I can pick up on the stress. I can pick up on the isolation. 'Cause, I grew up in the middle of fucking nowhere. I can pick up on all these things, but I can pick up on it by sometimes people snatch boys, but predominantly, it's gonna be a young girl getting snatched. Predominantly,
The interesting thing is, after being a receptionist for so many years and listening to men, young men stress between 15 and 25 years old, even my husband, it's you walk down the street at night and your dark feature, like Stefan, who looked like a Greek. And the idea is, am I going to be get arrested? Am I going to have problems? Stefan told me he was walking down the street in Sydney. One girl got hit by a guy, and when the police asked who did that to you, it's him. And Stefan was like, "What? I just arrived on the street." And thank God there is also a friend who are white like me to say, "Hey, no, he was with me. Just came out of
yeah,
the nightclub. It's not him. She's a little bit drunk, etc." And they've got the habit. Unfortunately, the police. He's fine. Or Stefan would say, "Oh, you're a tall guy, dude. You're a tall guy. How many guys try to beat you up just to show their big peacocks?"
Yeah,
You
it's
don't
a
have
different
this problem?
system.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
voila.
do.
So you're
Yeah.
not going to have the fear of you're alone on the street. I wonder if the guy who smokes a cigarette is going to rape me. But you have the problem of, oh, please don't be a dumbass to try to show off everyone.
Don't
I'm
take
a
a
strong
fucking
guy.
swing.
Voila, you have
Yeah.
different kind of problem. You see what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. I'm glad you brought that up. And like Thursday, I went to Indigo, which is a bookstore in Canada, because I was like, oh, I got some time. I'll walk to the bookstore, and I wanted Ozzy Osbourne's new memoir, or the last memoir, Last Rites by Ozzy Osbourne. And they had it. I could have gotten it on Amazon. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go to actually, go to the actual bookstore and buy this. And people are protesting outside the bookstore for apparently they think that buying books there kills Palestinian kids or some shit. I don't care, don't know. All I want is a fucking book. And it was older white women who had been sentenced to death in Palestine. Whatever, whatever. We get it. Sure, I understand this. And one tried to get in my face. I'm like, bitch. And I was like, what are you gonna do? She's like 80 years old. I'm like, do I have to fucking hit a motherfucker? I mean, all I want is to get in the bookstore and buy a fucking book. That's all I want my day was. Now you have to like trying to ruin my day because you think if I buy a book, I'm killing Palestinian kids or some shit. Y'all need to shut the fuck up a bit and let me just walk into a book. Because I know if I said anything to her, anything at all, I would be an aggressor. Anything. So I tried my best to just say, hey, I'm just getting a book. And try the best just to get inside the fucking store without being touched because, she's 85. She bounces off. Again, for people who don't know, I was once protested against. True. I was protested against because someone punched me and thanks for zooming in.
I love it. I have to tell you.
Wait.
And I was so
It's like engrossed.
conversations, the story. So yeah, I went to the libraries, and I have to tell you, and I'm like, yes, yes.
Yeah. And I'm now learning the. I was protested against because we'll just put it this way. Someone punched me and broke their fucking hand. But because I'm a man and I'm 6'5" and I'm 200 and some pounds, no, I didn't do anything to him. The motherfucker punched me and I got sued. How the fuck does that work? Like, what fucking world is this gonna work? So I got kind of flashbacks to that. I'm like, shit, man, I can't do anything because this is 85 years old. you know, like she unless she got a knife, she ain't gonna fucking hurt me. But you just try to
Was
ignore it.
yeah. Example: she slap you, paff, and you slap her back, paff.
I'm going to
Who's
jail
going
for
to?
assault.
Yeah, this is
She
stupid. You
slapped
know what
me
I
and I
mean?
raised my hand. Put it this way, if she would have slapped me and I raised my hand to block the slap and she broke her
Hmm.
arm, I would go to jail for assault.
Yeah,
It's fucking stupid. Welcome to
and
Canada.
your life would be hell because people would find your address and your picture, and
Yeah,
he's a teacher, and we should
dude.
stop talking to him. And boo! How dare you?
Again,
You, ooh, boo,
I
boo. You
got
know what I mean?
fucking protested years ago, and that's exactly what happened. I got death threats. Again, someone punched me, broke their hand because they punched me, and I got death threats. What the actual fuck? So all I wanted was my Ozzy Osbourne book. I walk in, and then I'm a bit of a dick, if anyone doesn't know. So I went to Starbucks after this, inside the mall, because apparently Starbucks also kills Palestinians or some shit. Who knows? I believe they kill them through diabetes. Alleged. I'm sorry, Starbucks. That's a bad joke. So I got my Starbucks and my Ozzy Osbourne book, who's like the Prince of fucking Darkness. So I'm guessing that's part of the protest too. And I walked out of the same door, purposely of the same door, with my Starbucks in one hand, my Ozzy book in another one, walking out of the store they're protesting. And you know what happened? They weren't there. They didn't have a protest permit, so the police took them away. Yeah, apparently, by the time I walked through the store and got a Starbucks and come back for my book, the police took them away because they didn't have a permit. At 85 years old, they had nothing else to do but protest, and they didn't know they needed a fucking permit. Anyways, but that's what it's like when Stefan is saying, like, yeah, some people try to take a swing. Like, yeah, they fucking do. Just like the dumbasses, the fucking stupidest shit.
That's why Stefan and I, we are friends. Like the story of my husband and I. My husband is Australian. He's Greek Turkish
Good I
origin,
might.
and I'm French from north of France. I'm white, as you can see,
We
white
love
like
you
an ass.
anyways.
And being white give me the privilege to not be victim of racism. So when I'm friend with somebody with quote unquote dark feature and they go in the train station with me, the police doesn't stop them to check their ID. Or
Right.
for example, when I have a cappuccino with them, there is no manager looking at them to see if they're going to steal something or somewhat,
Yeah.
right? And when there is a problem with a teacher and I write the email or I pick up the phone, the answer is given or the question are asked and received. Very simple because we don't like accent, especially when they come from Africa, right? But we like when the French
Mm,
lady speak on the phone, especially in German.
mm,
So when I met Stefan, I said, I want to be protected. I would love to go to India. I would love to go to Africa. I would love to go to all these different countries, but I know I'm a fragile little lady and I know people are going to check my address. I'm going to be followed. I'm going to have problem with men, etc. I need somebody to give me testosterone, a presence, just a friend, a roommate, a presence. And I'm telling you, the day he started living with me, even as a roommate, everything changed. Ding dong! Hi, I'm the new neighbor. I heard some noise. There is noise? Yes, the music is too loud. I can call the police. Hi, how are you? My name is Amelie. Do you speak German? Yes, I speak German. Hallo, wie geht's? Alles klar? Oh, the music is a little bit too loud. I'm terribly sorry. My friend from Australia liked hard trance music. Could we exchange telephone number like this? If there is any
yeah.
problem, you can message us. No need to the police. We don't want to be a trouble. Everything fine? Good. Me walking down the street, somebody follow me, and there is my partner who is dark feature and really robust. Never been annoyed. They know there is a man. There is something. Or for example, working late shift. He's there. There is his presence. Oh, there is a man. Okay, we don't touch.
Yeah.
We back up. You see what I mean?
Absolutely.
Sometimes Camille and I we have conversation. She had some trouble in her personal life, and she said to me, "Sometimes I wish you could send me Stefan because she faced problem with men on the street, neighborhood,
Especially
professionally
in Montreal.
speaking. But
Yeah.
having a man around, especially when you have a husband, when you're like, I have my husband, there is a protection. I can see clear night. Kids or no kids, huh? I have a husband, I have a man. And when my manager met the man, when my colleague met the man, when my neighbor sees a man, when people around me sees a man, there is a kind of, okay, there is a male monkey in our life. We step back. There is a, I used to be single. I used to live in Lille and I had to ask friends to play the boyfriend
Hmm.
because I had guys who were harassing me and I was just doing my work. My work is to smile. My work is to
Yeah.
remember your name and stuff. At the point, a guy was like following me. I had to ask a friend to intervene. Why are you following my friend? Why are you following Amelie? She's my girlfriend. Leave her
Yeah.
alone.
That's shit.
Just act de présence. You come with me. You walk. We hold hands. Just to show, And it's ridiculous when in the 21st century we would think everything is fine, everybody is equal. No, not at all. But now I've got Stefan and now we're married, we've got kids, etc. I don't have this problem, but I still see in the eyes of some men I'm taken. You see what I mean? You guys drink a little bit too much and they tell you what they want to do with you if they had the hands on you. And often, oh, I saw you on the basement, you were counting t-shirts, if I had just 5 minutes with you, I would do this. And you're like, I was walking, dude. I was not wearing makeup, no stiletto shoes. I was just counting t-shirt. I was
Jesus
doing my
Christ.
job. Are you thinking about that? Like you're telling me that you're a good guy, but are you always thinking about that? And what about the other who don't have you have respect for me
Hmm.
because I don't do drugs, I'm not an alcoholic, I'm not a slut, like you say. But what about that girl who you don't have respect for because she does cocaine, she drinks, etc. And that's a problem I need to face now. Now I've got daughters. How do I teach that to my daughters? See what I mean?
Give him a
And with my
gun.
son, like your situation, don't hit first because problem can occur. Even self-defense.
Especially these days. I mean, it was weird when I was in Vegas. I think the first time, maybe the first time, I did 2 stints there. And I was dating this. God, I was dating a doctor, a blonde. Could you imagine this? I was dating a small blonde doctor. Do I have a type? Anyways, right? And every time I like go to the bathroom, I was like, "Hey," we at the bar, or casino, whatever. And like every time I would go somewhere to the bathroom or get drinks or something like that, if we're at a table, and this like one like day after day, like a guy would be in her face or doing some shit. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? This ain't happening, man. Like, I'll come back and I have to either place hands politely on the person and telling them to get the fuck out, or just like tell him to politely leave, and usually they got the picture. And then one day I came back because I forgot what she wanted. I forgot the drink order. And so I came back without the drink. I was like, oh shit. And it turns out that she was setting the guys up by antagonizing them. So by the time I came back with the drink or from whatever, I would see like the guy trying to like pick on my girlfriend. And I was like, oh, no, no, you on your own. Good luck with that motherfucker. Like, I'll buy him a drink. At this point, I'm not going to be his ass.
I had a fight with Stefan on Sydney because he did it something to me who was not cool. Stefan walks really fast.
Hmm.
And because he's 1 meter 70 and he's smaller than his other friend, he self he wants his revenge. He's like, oh, you told people you can't walk fast, so I'm going to walk fast. Except I'm not his friend, I'm his wife, right? We
Yeah.
were in Sydney. It was the evening in Easter's, and I was walking with him, but I was very tired. And Stefan walked really, 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 really fast. And he's like 6 meters over me. And I'm like, Stefan, wait for me. Stefan, wait for me. And there's this guy who just jumped from a street and he's like, hi, what's your name? Can I have your telephone number? You. And I'm like, dude, I'm married. Oh, come on. And I'm like, no, dude, I'm married. My husband is there. Stefan. And Stefan go across the street. And in Australia, the streets are very
Yeah.
long. I had to yell, Stefan, I'm attacked, for him to turn and to go back to me when he saw the guy. And he's like, oh, no, 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 dude. All good is all good, mate. All good. Hey, she's my wife, dude. You good. And Stefan, he's got a big voice, so you can hear him.
Sounds
And
like
I'm
Matt
like,
Berry.
dude, like seriously, like when you walk down the street at night with me in Sydney, it's side by side. I can have problems. And I was saying that to him, like, very important, side by side. Girl like me, I will get a lot of guy. And as you said, Stefan goes to the toilet or go talk to someone and I'm alone at the bar, 5 minutes. 5 minute talk chrono, guy come, can I pay you a drink? What's your name? Where you come from?
Makes sense
Etc.
now.
You're with a group of friends. I went with a group of girlfriends to have a drink in Lille. a guy, hey ladies, how can I offer you a drink, and try to touch my neck, and you have to ask a waiter to ask him to leave and say, hey, we want just to be between girls, we are drinking wine, we fine, bye bye, we fine. I advise lady to do something stupid, buy a ring, buy a ring, simple ring, and whenever a guy come,
Point to it.
married, I'm married. When I went to other cafe, my husband Stefan is going to pick up my paper. My husband Stefan is coming to eat dinner with me. My husband, my husband, my
Right.
husband. At the point, the manager was like, "You're married, Amelie?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not married, but I want everyone to know Stefan is my husband. I don't want to say boyfriend. He's over 35 years old. We have sex regularly. We want to get married. He's my husband. I don't want, if anyone ask, he is my husband, but he's not my husband. I don't want to have my ass slapped. I don't want people to expose themselves. I don't want people to ask for my telephone number. I'm here to work, take my salary. That's all. I don't want anyone to follow me. No problem at all. They saw Stefan. They know he's my husband. He's my husband. He's my husband. He's my husband. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Because when you say, it's my boyfriend,
Right.
he's my husband.
Absolutely. And so this goes back to the man in the white van, because that is the same vibe. That is the same vibe where this guy wasn't picking on guys. He was picking on isolated females for whatever fucked up reason in his head. But that was the whole scam for him. And the character was just one of many, and the way she has to go protect herself. And this is why I kind of like the movie. She's not relying on a boyfriend. She does, I believe, at some point have a boy who likes, they kind of like each other, but she doesn't rely on him for anything. She relies on herself and sometimes her sister. So it's just really a sisterly story type thing. And it goes back to almost an old Harker Jones. I interviewed Harker Jones, the author. He's got a new book, Never Have I Ever. Check it out. He, I think, correctly said he's not afraid to have someone attack him in his home in the city. There's too many fucking people. If someone's going to be a break and entry in a city, someone's going to hear. He's afraid when he's in the middle of nowhere, because ain't no one fucking hearing you. And that's where the man in the white van really hits home. Like, if you are walking alone in the city, yes, there's dangers. Absolutely, there's dangers. But there's also people around you. If you're walking through that field in the country, like in Sydney, you're walking across the street in Sydney, and that guy jumps out, but he was jumping out, and there's not like anywhere else near you, you're fucked. Ain't no one gonna help you. There's no one to help. There's no one that can help you. But if you were doing that in Sydney, even if Stefan wasn't there, there's a chance someone might walk by. There's a chance. You have a chance. And I think that's what the man in the white van does really well. It's the isolation of a small town America, where ain't no one fucking helping you but you. And I think that hits home, and kind of wrapping this all up into it. I like this movie for a lot of the same reasons we talked about, and we had a great discussion about male versus female perspectives, being alone, and how the world perceives each of us. Like, I had a friend who said, if I saw you walking in the hallway and I didn't know who you were, like, we just, she knew me since I was like 5 years old. She's like, I would walk the other way. I'm like, well, thanks, Lisa. Thanks for the fucking vote of confidence on my looks. But you look like a scary motherfucker sometimes. So we see that, how people see each other differently. And I think that's a great movie. Of all the movies we talked about today, both of them, this one gave us the most interesting things to talk about thematically wise. And I think just for that, Man in a White Van deserves to be watched. It's a good movie. Is it a theatrical movie versus a in-home? Would you see this in a theater?
Yeah.
I think so too. I think this would. I think seeing this in the theater adds to the mystique. I would also see Boreali, Jesus Christ, man. Borley Rectory, The Awakening in the theater just because the set is gorgeous. I would just watch it for the set porn of it. But Man in the White Van, I would see it in a theater because I think the vastness of it and the isolation of it will help pop out the suspense. It works fine in your house. It works fine on I think I watched it in my living room. It works fine. But I think both of these are theatrical movies for different reasons. This one definitely deserves a theatrical view if you can do it, because it does so much well, and it adds to that creepy vibe part of it. You know, I appreciate it, and I got it for Sean Astin, and he's only in it for like maybe 15, 20, maybe 15, 60 minutes. But he doesn't have to be in it. The two kids carry the fucking film entirely. I don't think we even see the bad guy until it's just the van. The van is the bad guy. The van is a symbol, right? And it works well on so many levels. So that's it. So we have Borley Reactor. Fuck me. That should be a new movie. Borley Rectory, The Awakening. Oh. And The Man in the White Van. Both are good movies. Both are very much worth watching. I think the stronger of the two is Man in the White Van, because I think the writing is better. And the acting on both are top notch. And I would love to see these. These are great Halloween movies. They really are. They're
Yeah,
rewatchable too.
definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah,
rewatchable.
yeah.
Was the nice part of it. So that's it for this week. Next week, I believe we're doing Tron Ares. Spoil the shit out of Tron Ares for everyone. Until then, myself, Joe, and Amelie, we bid you good day. Unless you see me walking and then apparently get to walk the other way. Bye, everyone.
I hear a cat.